Hello, Ms. Carrigan. My name is Amy and I'm your nurse aide for today. I'm here to do bed making, but before I do anything, I'm just gonna wash my hands and give you privacy by pulling the privacy curtain. I'll be right back. Let me go get my supplies. So these are my supplies. And these are the linen. Transporting linen appropriately. You don't want it touching your uniform. I have my barrier, and then I arrange all my supplies in the order that I need them. So I do have a privacy blanket, a privacy sheet. I've got the fitted sheet, I've got flat sheet, I've got the blanket, and then I've got the pillowcase. Okay, so that always helps you. And now I'm gonna pick a side. So I'm gonna be working from the side, so I'm gonna have the side roll up. Okay, so now I'm back. For this skill, the bed needs to be raised up to a working level. So that's what we're gonna do. With proper body mechanics, you need to squat. You don't bend at your waist. So now I'm gonna raise the bed. Now for this skill, you usually don't have a mannequin, you're gonna have a live person. But right now, we cannot do that because we're practicing social distancing. So, look at the table. I arrange things in the way you need them. The table tells a story, okay? The table always tells a story, so you look at the table. So now when I look at the table, I see that I have my privacy blanket or my privacy linen. Okay, so this is what I'm using. And there's a reason why I'm using the striped one, just so that it really contrasts with the bed linen, okay? So being careful, do not shake. Do not fluff or, fat. Just very carefully unfold it. And then now I'm gonna take the bottom sheet out. This goes in the dirty linen. So again, I look at the table, it tells me I have fitted sheet. So I'm gonna snap this. At this time, I'm gonna have my actor, okay, because it's gonna be a live person. I'm gonna have them turn or roll to their side, okay? So could you roll for me, ma'am? So she's doing so. And then if you want to go for cookie points, you can start saying things just to cover your bases, okay? Head is supported, patient can breathe, not lying on side up. The patient remains covered at all times. So I'm gonna roll the sheet away from me and make sure it's tucked well under her, because I don't want to struggle on the other side. So I'm gonna bring this fitted sheet again, being careful not to fan it. And I make sure this goes under the old one, okay? The soiled one. So this time I'm ready to move on to the other side. So I'm gonna raise this side real up. Move with this, my hamper. Always have your hamper with you. So again, remember it's gonna be a live person. So by this time, I'm telling this person to turn over to the other side. But because it's a mannequin, I'm gonna actually actively help you move. So now, if you will, I will take this down so she's not restrained. Can you please move for me? Turn to the other side. Make sure they're not laying on the cover blanket or privacy blanket. Okay, so you go ahead and move for me. Again, head is supported. Patient can breathe, not laying on side arm. See how easy that is? Comes right through because I made sure I topped it right under the patient. You roll the old one away, goes into the linen. Okay, ma'am, if you could now lay back flat, please. Patient remains covered at all times. Privacy is maintained. Dignity is maintained. Respect is maintained. I'm gonna have you scoot up for me, please. So now I look at my table. Again, remember the table always tells a story. I see flat sheet. So very gently, I'm gonna unfold this flat sheet. Make sure you do it lengthwise. So the next thing I'm gonna do now is, please do not forget, that's why I use it, so it's really contrasting, okay? Do not forget the privacy blanket on the patient. You gotta take it up, so that's what I'm gonna do now. This goes in the linen hamper. Now I'm ready to clean up. Now something I want to point out here, since it's going to be a live person, you can always have them hold up the sheet for you, so it's easier for you to fan fold, okay? I try to straighten this so it's easy for me to make the miter corner. I'm gonna bring the blanket in soon. I'm gonna straighten it. Sloppy work is not good, so I try not to do sloppy. So I'm bringing this in now. Just make sure the side you're on is fine. You can work with it. If it's too long, you know it's too short over there. If it's too short, you know it's probably too long over there, okay? And vice versa. So short here is long there. If it's long hair is short there. So what I try to do is at least let it match, at least close to. The reason being, the big thing is getting your mitered corner. So even if you have a short blanket, you want to make sure that you have more of the blanket this way. It's not so much. You can always clean up the top, but you want to be sure you have enough to work with over here. Okay. Go in. And the thing to do is you go in like so. And let this part fall. Okay. Then I'm gonna just peek corner, do a right angled triangle. And that's it. So I'm ready to go over to the other side. I'm gonna lift this up. And then I'm gonna go with my my hamper. I'm always going with my hamper because I'm working with a lot of linen. I immediately restrain my client. So I'm ready to do the side. Again, I go, let it go on the bottom. And I can do things, cookie points, making sure it's not too snug on her feet, because we all know what happens. So now again, I'm gonna pick, you know, just estimate, make a right angle triangle. That's it right there. You see that? And they just clean up. So I look at the table, I have the pillowcase, okay? The table always tells you a story. So ma'am, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take this. I need to change the pillowcase. Remember, this is soiled now, everything there is clean. And I'm laying this respectfully across the thighs or the legs. Please don't put it on top of her chest. And then now I take the pillowcase. Try and go for a pillowcase that is big, so you don't have to struggle. You know, when I say big, large, big size, okay? It was inside out, so I'm trying to. Okay, so now contrary to what we do at home, you cannot put your hands into the sleeve, okay? So I'm gonna show you two ways. You can work it like this. Again, you're careful not to shake it all over the place, but you just gently put it in. Careful not to touch your uniform. And another thing you want to do is make sure the tag is inside. And for extra points, you can tell them the open part is away from the door. So either way, if you pick a door here or there, make sure it's away from it. So that's the door. So it's going to be away from it, okay? So let me show you another style that I use. And it's up to you. You can use either of this. So again, this is the tag. I go in, I pick a corner. Okay, I pick a corner, the corner goes into the corner of the pillow. And I just work it in. Everybody saw that? Yeah. Again, tag is inside. That's the door. This is away from the door. Yes, ma'am, if you could. My patient is centered, she's aligned. Are you in pain, ma'am? She says no. I'm actually down with the scale. That's all there is to it. The next thing is, I'm gonna take this bed down using proper body mechanics. You can either stoop or you squat. At this time, you can ask your patient, may I raise your bed up, the head of your bed? Say yes. that okay? She says it's okay. Bed is low. And the thing is, I have to unrestrain her. Because this is a form of abuse if you leave it on. She looks really comfortable, doesn't she? Okay. Now I'm ready to close. The call light. Do you need anything? Please be sure to use a call light. Make sure to push back the privacy curtain. Ensure bed is low, patient is comfortable.